And to walk us through these developments in the Senate, let's bring in the Councillor of Wuse Ward in Abuja, Honorable Mathias Aliu, who joins us live via Zoom from Abuja. Good to have you join us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
So this issue, especially, let's begin with that of the electronic transmission of results. It's been very contentious. We saw how even members of the assembly walked out, lawmakers in the assembly walked out during that session. We also saw the outcry by Nigerians, but it does look like it has now been resolved. Let's get your reaction to this.
Okay, thank you. I must say that we have to applaud the Senate for this bill that was amended yesterday, because Nigerians were not happy at first. Because if you look at the world today, everybody wants transparency. And with ICT, everybody are using technology. So we don't see why we need to still be using the analog way, which was before. You know how they do it from the polling units. We have to go to the collation centers and all that. But with this now, there's going to be more transparency. And we know that INEC is independent from political people, political actors and all that. So Nigerians are very happy, and we must applaud the Senate for that.
Let's now go to the recent development, which seems we've seen parties reacting to this. A lot of parties seem to be against the fact that the National Assembly is deciding on direct primaries. Some parties have their constitution, and in most of those constitutions, the parties are allowed to adopt either indirect, direct, or even sometimes a consensus candidate. For your party, what does this mean? I know you belong to the APC, if I'm correct.
Yes, the APC, and we adopted the direct primaries. That's what we use in the APC. So I think actually the ideology about the direct primaries in the APC is because we want everyone to participate in electing their leaders. We don't want the era whereby we just have some delegates that whoever has the highest money to give to them, that's who becomes. So right now we want people at the grassroots and everyone. So but I think if there are some parties that are not in support of this, it's probably better maybe they can address that at the court, and let's hear what the court is going to say about that.
But the question really is, should the National Assembly, because one also understands that these parties, there is something called internal democracy within parties, and one believes that probably parties should be able to decide their mode of primaries. Should the National Assembly be entrusted with that basic decision for parties on how to conduct their primaries?
I think what the National Assembly did was that they, in their own wisdom, was that they passed that because they wanted everyone to participate. But concerning if they have the power to do that, I think the court should be the one to address that and should interpret that to all of us in Nigeria to know.
And INEC has also spoken out about this situation, saying that whatever is decided, if it is signed or if the president assents to it, of course INEC will abide by it. But they say that it is rather a very hectic process for them in terms of manpower and resources. To INEC has to sort of supervise most of these processes, because most times they are the ones who end up with the litigation in court on what candidate or what not candidate to go with. Shouldn't INEC also have been asked for its opinion on this before the Senate went with that decision?
Okay, I think before the Senate would have gone with that decision, I'm sure they've consulted far and wide. So it's left for them, as I said, to go to the court and interpret it. Because right now, INEC, when they passed the first bill about the electronic transmission, INEC came out and condemned that. But we never heard them make any complaint about the process of direct or indirect primaries. And this just came up now. So as we said, we have to still wait for the courts or wherever the parties want it to be addressed. Let them go there and see what the decision would be.
All right, like you said, we'll see how it plays out. Parties are already responding to it. So eventually, whether it is a subject of litigation or not, it depends on whether the president assents to it. Thank you so much for talking to us. Councillor of Wuse Ward in Abuja, Honorable Mathias Aliu.
Thank you for having me.